He's, without doubt, the best voice artist we've ever had in this country. He had this wonderful reputation of being a bit of a growly kind of guy, and it was when you first start and you're youngish and you've got a couple of scripts that you have ideas in your own mind and you want him to do, and he's just, this reputation precedes him, and you think, shit, I wonder, can I say anything? And it's fascinating, and it's unfortunately a radio spot that we can't find. But there was once a script I wrote for a client, and it had a whole lot of alliteration. It was that Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, and it carried on and on and on, and there was sort of 40 seconds of this alliteration, this P. And, before we got into the studio, I thought to myself, this is going to take probably a bit of time, because, read it, we'll probably read a couple of lines, then we'll have to start again, or read from there, and the engineer will probably have to butt it all together. Then, typical copywriter, you always think it'll fit into the time that you think it fits in, and you just hope like hell it does when you get to the studio. So it's all a timing thing, and oh God. Anyway, and it was one of the first times I'd ever worked with him. And he came into the studio, and he's a big man, and he's got that big kind of presence, and he's big, big nose, big head, and this big voice, and that in itself is quite alarming, when you start off. And I gave him the script, and I sort of explained, quickly what I thought I would be, and it's all alliteration, and and I said it would be great if you could, maybe put a bit of an American accent on it. And the first thing he said was, do you want Bronx or do you want LA American? I just didn't know the difference, and I just thought, hey, I'll just take a stab at one. I don't want to irritate the oak. Try Bronx. Okay. And off he went. And you know that he read the script once to himself. He read 2 lines for the engineer to get a voice level, and then he read the whole script once off, perfectly in the time, perfectly. He had that ability to interpret the written word so damn perfectly, and his quicks and his slows, his ups and his downs. He's a genius. I mean, he was an absolute genius, and I think he'll be really missed.
Welcome to Elections 2009. Now in the hot seat tonight, a young man who needs no introduction. A very good evening to you, Julius.
Yes, good day.
Now, you've recently been saying that it's time for change.
Yes, I've been saying it's time for change. Actually, up to so far, I used the word demand. We demand change. That's what I've said here.
And of course, many would agree with you. But where do you think that change might come from?
It will come from Nando's.
I beg your pardon?
Yeah, we will get the change we need from Nando's. You see, if you order a quarter peri-peri chicken with chips and a cool drink for 33 Rand 95, you pay with 40 Rand. Then you get 6 Rand 5 cents change. But if you pay with 100 Rand, you get 66 Rand 5 cents change. That's more change than you paid for the meal in the first place. Yeah.
Astonishing.
Thank you very much.
Well, there you have it. If you're looking for change and a great meal, get down to Nando's today.